He refinanced, took a bunch of cash out, went and bought a bunch of new properties, and then everything went down the toilet. He thought that he was here and the market was going to go over here and he was going to refinance and he was going to go over here and he was going to refinance, and it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
Because his cash flow's not sustaining enough for this refi.
Well, he bought units in 2005 for like $25,000 a unit. They went up to like $38,000 and he refinanced to as much as he could. And now though that building is, those units are probably selling somewhere in the $20,000 range. Vacancy rates went up and rental rates went down. So he couldn't make the payments. He couldn't maintain the property. And he was making the same decisions these homeowners are making. Do I put new carpet in this unit and try to rent it for $500, or do I leave it the way it is and rent it for $300? Well, now you brought in a piece of crap tenant that's going to cause a bunch of problems, and all your other good tenants are going to leave. And then guess what happens? You've got a $500 tenant that moves out, and you bring in a $350 tenant. And eventually your whole building will be $350 tenants, and it's going to deteriorate even faster.
So if he's in foreclosure and he's losing his buildings, is his credit going to be seriously damaged where he can't really buy more right away?
You know, all the loans that he had, and I know this, they were all non-recourse loans.
So they're the good kind for him, good for him.
I don't know if they're good for him. All that means is that he didn't sign for a personal guarantee. But, you know, when I suppose he could lie, because in the loan application, the lender asks, you know, have you ever lost the property to foreclosure? If he has no, if they're non-recourse loans, it wouldn't be recorded that he lost the property. So you could lie, but if you were honest about it, you'd have to say yes. And then the bank's going to ask what happened. And then, you know, I paid too much, I mismanaged it, or whatever. You got to explain it. So it all depends on how you manage it, right? My guess, and this is only my guess, is that, you know, 5 years, not even 3 years from now, if the banking system stabilizes, when anybody goes for a loan and they write on their credit application that they had a house that was foreclosed on in 2007, 2008, or in 2009, the bank can say, okay, we'll still lend you. Right? That's my guess.